So let me reiterate this one more time, right? For the people in the back that may be hard of hearing. All means all. Doesn't mean a little bit, halfway, 80%, 95%. All means all, period. You know how I know when a person is really loving themselves? It's when they're taking care of themselves, when they're doing for themselves, right? When they're making sure that they're good. But you want to know how I really know someone loves God? By how they love themselves, by how they take care of themselves, by how they speak to themselves. See, it's one thing to love yourself. There ain't nothing wrong with loving yourself. But if you only loving the outside, the fleshly part of yourself, then you're not getting the full picture. You're missing the understanding. The understanding is that I'ma love myself. I'm gonna be good to myself. I'm gonna treat myself well and with kindness and respect, right? I'm gonna love the way I talk to myself. I'm not gonna call myself names and speak character onto myself. That's not a part of who I am. That's not a part of my character. No, I'm gonna speak life unto myself, right? And I'm going to encourage myself. I'm going to pick myself up and strengthen myself. That's how I'm going to love me. And see, that's how I know if you really love God. Because if you really love God, you'll love you well. Loving you or loving myself well doesn't, it's not based upon how I look on the outside, but it's based upon how I feel and how I talk and how I believe on the inside. That's when I can tell if you, or you should be to tell if I am loving myself well to the point to where I'm loving God in me. I'm not just loving on my flesh. I'm just not making sure I look good on the outside. But we've got to love ourselves on the inside. And loving ourselves on the inside means loving God. Why? Because he dwells on the inside. You dig? Let's talk about it. Yo, but before we do that, please like this video. Please share this video on all your platforms. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a thing to do that. And please, please hit the bell notification so you're always notified whenever I upload content. You dig? All right, now let's get off into this. I so love the God that's in me. I so love that God has made his abode in me. You dig? That's what scripture says. It says that he's came in and supped with me, made his abode in me. You dig? So that means the very same God that created the universe, it's the same that resides in me. And if he tells me to love him with all of my heart and all of my soul and all of my mind, then if I'm going to take that serious and love him who resides in me with all of my heart, all of it, not just a part of it, not a piece of it, not almost all of it, but all means all. You find somebody that you want to be in a relationship with, right? Do you say to them, I want you to love me, with 80%. I'm cool with that. The other 20%, I don't care what you do with it. If I'm going to love him with all of my heart, if I'm going to love him who's on the inside of me with all of my emotions, with all my soul, right? With all the emotions that make me who I am. If I'm going to take all of that and love him, if I'm going to take all of my mind, not just the right side of my mind or the left side or the front part or the back part, but all of it, or Do you say to the job, hey man, it's cool for y'all just to give me 70% of my check? The other 30%, you do what you ever you want with, but I'm cool with 70%. No, baby, I want you to love me 100%, 110% if I can get another 10% out of you. You dig what I'm saying? No, I want all my Skrilla, do not leave one red cent out. I want it all, because all means all. And I'm gonna love him with all of my mind. Then where is he at again? He's on the inside of me, and he's on the inside of you. And if he's on the inside and he makes his abode with us on the inside of us, and we're to love him with our whole mind, heart, and soul, right? Our whole heart, soul, and mind, with everything, all of us completely, then we should be loving us because he lives in us. He resides in us. Then we should be loving us with all of our heart. We should be loving us with all of our soul and emotions. We should be loving us with all of our mind because he resides in us. How can we say we love him and then we don't love us if he's on the inside of us? That's impossible. So as we learn what he really means by saying, love me with all of your heart, love me with all of your soul, your emotions, and love me with all of your mind. And if I'm in you, then I want you to love you like you love me. Because when you are loving you with all of your heart and all of your soul and all of your mind, why? Because he lives on the inside of you. That's why you're loving him with all of that. But he's where? He's here. So that means you got to love you with all of that. Because when you love you with all that you have, you're loving God. And when we're loving God with all that we have, then we can love our neighbor like we love ourselves. And the scripture says this: thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. You dig? Matthew 22:37. So let me reiterate this one more time, right? For the people in the back that may be hard of hearing. All means all. Doesn't mean a little bit, halfway, 80%, 95%. All means all, period. Listen, I just want to come on real quick and just encourage y'all today, you dig, to love the Lord, right? Who's Lord? Your Lord. I can't determine that for you. You have to determine who your Lord is. I know who my Lord is. My Lord, right? That's who I know. Okay? I'm gonna love the Lord. My God. You got to make it personal. See, my God may not be your God. I'm just keeping it 100. You know, I don't know who you serve, but I know who I serve. I serve the Lord. Which Lord? My God. You got to make it personal. You did? And I'm going to continue to do so. And I would encourage you to do so. But even if you don't, I'm still going to love you nonetheless, because I'm a child of light and I've been called to the light and to share the light and to love without anger, without judgment, without, some kind of ulterior motive that's dark and twisted and demented. You dig? I want to bring light and be a bearer of light and love, not a vampire, sucking people's energy away. I want to give positivity and give energy. How? Through my love. How can I do that? By the way I love me and by the way I love God that's in me, right? That's how I can love you, how I love myself. This is your man, Levon. Just wanted to come on real quick and share that word that God gave me, you dig? I hope it blesses you. I hope it encourages you. I hope you share with someone else. Even if you just start a dialogue and start a conversation about asking someone, do they love themselves? You dig? So, it's your man, Levon. Remember, Lamella E, love, uplift, motivate, inspire, learn, laugh, encourage, and light. Please check out some of the other videos on this channel. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification. Love y'all. It's man Levon. I'm out. Remember, this is your Motivational Monday message.